Comfort Inn of Pittsburgh offers a cozy, welcoming room with free internet access. Enjoy the indoor pool area year-round and wake up to a complimentary breakfast every morning. When staying at the Comfort Inn, you can feel at ease knowing that your satisfaction is the most important thing to us.
After a game like on Wednesday, how does it feel to come out and kind of have a little bit of an easier one?
It feels good, especially on our legs.
Oh yeah.
Not having to play so many minutes, just kind of killing them right from the start. It helps the team. It's just a lot more fun.
What was the game plan going into this one?
Same one.
Yeah.
Same one as always. Stick to what we do. Do what we do. Execute, defend. Most importantly, defend, get stops. And we made a lot of shots tonight. We got out in transition and we made a lot of shots tonight. That always helps.
With it being such a big blowout, it's hard to find a negative, but where would you say there's something that you guys might need to work on?
Let me think. Taking care of the ball. Care of the ball. We got choppy. We got really choppy towards the middle of the game. We got probably a 20, 30-point lead. We got really choppy on our offense, and where we were stagnant, and we were fortunate to still make shots at the end of the shot clock, but we got to get better at that. But and of course, we still got to get better at free throws for Wednesday. So.
Javis, right around the 15, 16-minute mark, you checked in. You guys went on a 13-0 run. You had, I think, 4 points and 3 assists in that stretch. That essentially ended up sealing the game at that point in time. What was it that you were seeing in their defense that helped you penetrate, kick out, and find that open look?
Just reading it. JoJo knocked down a big shot for me. DJ knocked down a big shot for me, and then I got a nice little floater in transition that happened to fall. And we were just in a groove tonight. When they make shots, I have a lot more confidence to go get my own, and when I can throw it around and they make shots, it's easier for me to get my own shot, so it opens it up a lot for little guys like me to get in the paint.
Did you call bank when you were running across the free throw line and checked up that shot with the clock running down?
I heard it.
Joe didn't hear it. I didn't call it.
Trying to help you out.
It just went in. It felt good coming off and it went in.
You were shaking your head. I said that too.
It was just, I came off and it was one of those nights that everything goes down, and that's fun. That's really fun.
I saw you kick one out to Connor and you said, hit that.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's a phenomenal shooter. So anytime he gets an open look and I find him, it's gonna go in. So I'm not worried about it.
Talk about how you're seeing the court in the last 2 games. You have 19 assists and only 2 turnovers.
That's the big thing. Is T.O. Stocks talked to me about taking care of the ball a lot more. But like I said, guys are just knocking out shots for me right now, and we're just getting more comfortable. It's taken me and JoJo a while to get in the rhythm, and we're finally figuring each other out. Everybody's figuring each other out. So it was great to have Devon back tonight. He's just our energy guy, as you can tell. Everybody was excited. We had a party in the locker room last night after he announced that he could play. So it was just awesome. So we were happy to have him back, and seeing the floor. That's just what they brought me here to do. And I mean, I've been blessed to have that ability. So.
Javis, 3rd win in a row. What does this do for your team go on the road when you get the momentum behind you?
It's good, but we can't get comfortable. We had a 5-game, 6-game win streak early in the year, and we got comfortable and we got happy, and we let somebody come in our place and beat us. So we can't get comfortable. We got to come back Monday, get better, and be ready to take on a tough road games with Kearney and Fort Hays. So hopefully we're ready and practice hard.
And then Joe, you had a nice game in the perimeter, a couple nice shots away from the basket. Talk about your post play as a whole, how that helps you guys open up outside.
Well, Lamine obviously draws a lot of attention. They got to double him because he's so big. And then Trevor didn't do a great job of sealing and just kind of cleaned up the easy ones. Trevor got a lot of easy layups where he's just working his guy up the lane and catching it. And when we're getting that kind of post production out of our post, it makes our job easier on the perimeter.
And then all the shots you did make tonight, how upset were you after you missed the behind-the-back pass?
That's what I said when I came out. I said I didn't even know it was going to come to me, and then all of a sudden I had the ball in my hands, and I said I just got to shoot it to get him the assist. I knew it was a bad shot, but I was just trying to get him the assist. But
Yeah, we're going to have a discussion about that later.
yeah, I got 5 push-ups for that one.
You guys limited them to 33% shooting. One of their guys only getting double digits. How big was the defense today?
Go ahead, Jojo.
It was big time. We played with a lot of energy the whole game, and that's one thing that Devon brings is energy. And you can tell when he's on the court, when he's not, that when we're flying around getting steals, that it creates our offense and it makes our defense that much better. So it's big time for us.
Talking about the energy Devon brings, you guys are up near the 40 with 5 minutes to play. He takes a shot, misses, follows it up, comes up with the second chance rebound. What does it say about him and your team to continue to play hard through that?
He had fresh legs. And he was close to getting a double-double tonight, and he really wanted it. So he was going after that. But no, he's great. He's awesome, and that's just Devon. You guys don't see Devon behind the door, so that's just him being him. He makes those plays every single day. So it's nothing new to us. We just clap and nod our heads.
I was just talking to Heidi about, as opposed to last year, comparing this year and last year, this has got to be a breath of fresh air. And you feel like everything's finally starting to really click for you and this team?
Yeah, these kind of games are obviously, they're a little misleading in a lot of ways. I mean, look at us last year here against Central Missouri. I mean, we lost by 40 on our own home court. It's one of those things where, sometimes the game as an opponent gets away from you. And I'm not taking anything, don't get me wrong, I'm not taking anything away from what we did. I thought we did a great job tonight, especially to start the second half. I was a little worried about how we might come out, and did a nice job of coming out and I think just reestablishing the tempo that we created in the first half, and didn't really lose a lot. And it's a credit to our guys. It's nice to win a game by more than 1 point. Nice to win a game, period. But, we've had so many close ones. It's good to see these guys be able to establish the lead and then build upon it and not really hurt ourselves. I thought we did a good job. I thought we were really good defensively. You don't hold a team with that many good players, and especially with the mismatches that they were able to create, by starting the way they did and starting the way we did, with our bigs having to guard out on the floor. And I thought we did a really good job of finding shooters, keeping driving lanes small, rotating, limit them to one shot. All those little things you want to do, and it was just kind of clicked. And then made a lot of shots offensively, shot a very high percentage, but we shot good shots, and we shot shots we want these guys shooting, and a couple of them banked in. I understand that, but hey, when it goes, it goes, and you take it and you run, and because there's not many nights like this in this business. So very happy for our guys more than anything. They deserve it. Has nothing to do with me. It's all they're doing. I'm really pleased with what they were able to do tonight.
How nice was it to have Branch back in there?
Obviously he's a catalyst for us on the offensive end, especially. He's had his best games of his career here at Pittsburgh State against Washburn. So for whatever reason, I don't know why that is, but he was really good tonight. He just does is one of those guys. If things are shut down and maybe the ball's not moving and he can get it in his hands, he can go make a play, and he's usually a positive play. Did a great job on the boards tonight. I was glad to see him get back in the rebounding column. I look at those things. I know points are the big part of it, but I look at those things as huge. Lamine, I think 4 offensive rebounds. That was all the second half. We challenged those guys at halftime to start getting to the boards more and give us more on the glass and doing a better job and make some adjustments defensively, and they did it. And they did a good job. Very happy for them. But that's a really good program. Has been a good program for a lot of years. They're still pretty good this year. We just caught them on off night, and we're very fortunate.
You talked about keeping the intensity up in the second half. Right around the 16-minute mark, you guys were on a 16-0 run with Flynn leading the way with 4 points and 3 assists, I believe. Mm-hmm. What did that do for your guys' offense coming out and pretty much essentially ending that game? I think you turned into a 30-6 run overall. Maybe that pretty much closed the door. How does that type of run to come in after you asked them to get the intensity level back up? How does that help you guys?
Well, at least they listened to me. I'm glad to hear that. For once, no, they, Javis is a catalyst with the ball in his hands. He can break out of our motion offense and go create a basket for himself or for someone else. And our guys are getting better it's kind of like you define roles throughout the season, and as the season progresses, your guys begin to understand, here's what this guy does well, here's what this guy does well. And I think you're beginning to see us kind of get that a little bit more with each other, feeling each other out, figuring out, here's where I could put him in a position to be successful. I really need to set a good screen here, and getting paint touches with our post guys in the right position where they can score quick. So, it's continuing to develop. We still have a long ways to go, and I told them, after Wednesday night, I said, probably about 100, 1 in 100 could probably handle winning, and handling winning is sometimes tougher than handling losing. It's different in so much you just can't get complacent. You can't be satisfied with where you're at. We talked a lot this week about keeping our edge, and after last year, you think I wouldn't have to talk about those things, but I think it's something that they need to hear, and they can't be complacent. And they did a good job of that tonight. We'll see how they do this week on the road.
Then obviously Joe had a great game again. Talk about a little bit about how your post presence tonight helped open things up for your shooter.
Well, when you have a mismatch like we had in the paint, even if they're switching, they kind of like to switch 1 through 4, but even when you have a mismatch like that, still getting them the ball and then being able to get touches really collapses defense, and then inside out. I thought our post made some good plays on kicking it out, but it's a you pick your poison. You want to make us guard you with bigs on the perimeter defensively, and can you guard our bigs on the other end? And I thought our bigs probably won that challenge. I thought they did a really good job of being able to guard face-up type players out on the floor tonight. They did a nice job, and that goes from to Denton to Lamine to Trev, and they really were good. Really good defensively.
And about 5 minutes left in the game, a lot of teams are going to start taking the rest of the game off. You guys still showed that high intensity, specifically Branch following the shot up, getting that rebound, getting you guys the second possession, mm-hmm. 4 more clock. What do you say to your team, or is it just their identity in general that keeps them playing throughout the game?
I think it's their identity. I think it's the way we practice. We don't take plays off in practice, and our practices right now are really short. We don't spend a lot of time. They know what they need to do. A lot of it's spent in handling actions that we're going to see defensively, and then offensively cleaning things up. But we don't go a lot live. With our numbers and short bench the way it is, we don't need to get anybody hurt in practice. So we've shortened practices down, and they've responded the right way by being fresh and ready to practice. Watch a lot of film, getting them ready for opponents as well. But as long as they do that and keep responding, then I think we're doing what's best for this particular group. Some teams you can practice more and get more reps in, but this team seems to respond well to kind of short, and they do a great job. I will add this: they're very, very good about being over here on their own and getting shots up, free throws to jump shots to using the gun, and spending time in the gym on their own, and that's a sign of a good team, and they understand that.
And you said your team's starting to gel, starting to get a feel for each other better, showing up in the win columns now, I guess 3 in a row. Heading out on the road, how does this type of momentum help you moving forward?
Well, I don't know. I really can't say. I think what I usually do when we go back out on the road is how do we handle our last road trip, and so you look at the way we played at Central wasn't great, and then responded well against Missouri Western, but coming off a couple wins like we did here at home. We really talk about defending your home court, and then we've got to pick up some wins on the road somewhere along the way to keep pace. And I don't get caught up in where I really couldn't even tell you who's at the top of the conference right now. I know we're up there, but I have no idea where, and it really doesn't matter to me. All I care about is in March. When it really matters is where we need to be. I don't pay attention to it. I really don't. Ryan and Preston worry about a lot, but I don't really care, and we just need to get ready for the next game and next opponent up and try to take it one game at a time. And so that's just the way I am.
I asked Javis if you could find anything that they needed to work on for this next game coming up. 10 turnovers in the game. Would you say that's the area that's the most important for you?
I think obviously turnovers are wasted possessions and maybe gives your opponent a chance to score without your defense being set. I would agree with that. I think we need to continue to do a good job of rebounding. What we're going to face is a different team on Thursday than we've seen all year. That is some bigs who kind of match our bigs, and not only match them, but can step out and shoot the three. So it's going to be I'm not worried too much defensively, but how can we handle them, and can we get our offense going through our bigs inside? I think we can match up with them defensively, but they're good, and they know where they want the ball. They're well-versed, well-coached, and so it's going to be, I think that's our biggest challenge, is continue to handle each opponent, make sure we understand the differences of what we saw from what we saw last time to the next time, and being ready for being able to make adjustments.
The Holiday Inn Express of Pittsburgh has flexible meeting spaces, complimentary internet access, a free hot breakfast bar in the morning, and an indoor pool that the whole family will enjoy. Come book a room at the newest hotel in Pittsburgh, the Holiday Inn Express.